Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Modern Warfare Zombies video here on the channel. In this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through all of the missions, the story missions in Modern Warfare Zombies. And the reason for this is because I think people may be having a hard time understanding what some of them are. I'm not going to be really putting any kind of gameplay necessarily up on screen. I'm going to be going through the story mission list with you guys and explaining what that means, but this is going to be more explanatory. First things first though, if you want to know how to get this special skin here, it's going to be at the end of Act 3. So when you complete Act 3's final mission, you can see the bottom right corner there, you're going to get this amazing skin called the Bone Collector Operator skin, which is going to be for the Operator Ripper. Very cool skin. It looks amazing. It's like a skeleton with glowing eyes, kind of like a zombie. The zombie has some flesh on it. This is just a skeleton. Looks really cool, so definitely worth it, and you're gonna get a bunch of rewards along the way, and you're gonna see exactly what you can expect for rewards. So if you do enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more, and let's go ahead and jump into this. I'll try to also leave chapters regarding Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. If I remember correctly, I should hopefully remember to do that. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. So we're going into Act 1. Again, a lot of these things are just gonna be things you're gonna have to do around the map. So if you don't know the basics of Modern Warfare Zombies, I'm gonna have a guide that kind of explains that, so I'm not going to really go into that in this video. Like if you don't know about how to ping contracts on the TAC map or anything about wall buys or pack-a-punch, again, I explained that a little bit more in a different video, but we'll go through it real quick. So at the very beginning, it's going to be very easy. You're going to go into a game, you're going to ping a contract in the TAC map, complete a contract, and then you're going to exfil. So you're going to go to exfil zone, and you're just going to get out of there. Again, if you don't know what any of this means, I have a video going more in depth with that, but I'm not going to explain the kind of basics in this video. And you're going to see, you're going to get a Juggernog acquisition. So that just means you're going to get one can of Juggernog that you can use in one match. And most of these are going to have XP. The next one is going to be just to loot 25 caches, basically anything that you can loot, like if you've ever played Warzone, anything like you know, chests and caches and duffel bags, different things like that. And again, you're gonna get a sticker for that. This one, you're gonna get the stamina can acquisition. If you want to see what the rewards are, look at the bottom right corner. That's going to be a perk, by the way. So you got to run zombies over with a vehicle and repair one vehicle tire. This one is where people might get confused. So basically, if you just shoot out one of the tires, tires can also pop if you land from, you know, very high, but you just shoot it out. You walk up to the tire and hold square if you're on PlayStation or X on Xbox, whatever it is on your platform of choice, and you can repair the tire. That's how you do that. Moving on from that, purchase a weapon from a wall buy. Wall buys are marked as a little gun icon on the map. Just go up to there and purchase that. Get 50 wall buy weapon kills, and you're pretty much good to go. Pack-a-punch a weapon, level 1. Pack-a-punches are all over the map. So there's 3 zones in the map: level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 is just kind of the outskirts where you spawn in. Level 2 is the yellow area, and level 3 is the red area. If you want to pack-a-punch level 1, you can pack-a-punch at any pack-a-punch. If you want to pack-a-punch level 2, for example, though, you're gonna have to go to the yellow zone. Likewise for yellow 3. Sorry, in the red zone for number 3. Okay, so purchase a primary weapon from a mystery box and then kill 50 enemies. Mystery boxes are scattered across the map. You can kind of see a glowing beacon shooting up from above them when you're kind of in the general area of them. And again, you can see where they're located on the map. They're kind of like a box with a question mark on them. Very easy to find. The Interceptor. Destroy mercenary convoy. This one gets a little bit tricky. So when you destroy the mercenary convoy, by the way, they're going to drop a key card, so make sure you look for that key card. It should be kind of like glowing blue or whatnot. But the convoy, a lot of people are confused. So you're going to see enemies that are like PvE enemies, right? They're AI, and they're actual humans. They're not zombies, and you're going to see them driving around. But the one you're looking for is going to be 3 trucks. Okay, so there's going to be 3 trucks. Some of them are driving around in one truck, but that's not a convoy. Convoy is the one that are 3 trucks. If you look kind of around sort of the edge between zone 1 and zone 2, all around the outskirts of the map, they're typically, you can find them around there, especially in kind of like the bottom left and kind of left middle area between zone 1 and zone 2. Again, it's very RNG. Just drive around. You can sometimes see them spawn around in other random places. You're just gonna have to travel around. Just keep an eye on the map, because they'll show up on your mini map as 3 red trucks. And also, you know, keep in mind that you might hear an audio dialogue as well. The dialogue might say, oh, there's a convoy nearby. Anyways, so you'll get that. You also get the bone rattle weapon, which is a blueprint. You're gonna, for this one, you gotta kill 50 zombies with cryo freeze ammo mod, and slow 10 hellhounds with the cryo freeze ammo mod. This could be a little bit tricky, but if you do it kind of like in a level 1 zone, unpack a punch, you'll be fine. But hellhounds spawn a little bit more in zone 2, so do keep that in mind. Certain missions will spawn them more. For example, if you do these spore missions, there'll be a few extra hellhounds that spawn different things like that. Cryo freeze ammo mods, you can just kind of find them randomly if you're doing like ether nests or ether strongholds or normal merc camps, normal merc strongholds, and looting caches and doing contracts. So typically, to get a lot of the things we're going to be talking about is going to be doing those activities, so keep that in mind. So you can find those just randomly like that, and you just equip it to your gun, and then you go ahead and get the kills. So energy mine field upgrade, you're just going to equip the field upgrade, and you're just going to do what it says. Basically, you got to get 15 mercenary kills, and you got to kill some zombies with it as well. Then we got the pit stop, which is to refuel 3 different vehicles at gas stations. So just get into 3 different vehicles and just go to gas stations, which look like a gas station on the map. Very self-explanatory. Saboteur, complete an ether extractor contract. So again, if you hover over the contracts, which look like a little blue phone on your mini map, or not on your mini map, well, that too, but on your main map, if you hover over them, it's going to tell you what kind of contract it is. So just look for the ether extractor one, and you kill 15 mercenaries during these ones. You also have to shoot down a reinforcement helicopter. You can do that with a normal weapon. Pack-a-punched weapons and upgraded weapons are going to be even easier to do that with. And then of course, also if you use different things like explosives like rocket launchers, that might help you, but typically you can shoot it down pretty easily otherwise. And then you just exfil. It says exfil with uncommon ether tool plan. So anytime it says at the end of a mission like this, exfil with such and such, usually you'll find it at the end of the mission, so or the thing that you did. So for in this case, you complete the ether contract, and at the end of it, you should be able to get it in the little portal. So there's going to be like a purple reward portal that pops up, and you're going to go there and you're going to get it from there. Automated backup, basically you got to there's going to be turrets on the map, and again, you can kind of see them if you zoom in on the map. They look like turret icons on the map. But with this one, you got to go ahead and use ammo mod circuit boards. So you're going to find circuit boards, again, like I said earlier, just looting caches and different things like that. So if you just look around, just do different kind of activities, eventually you're going to find some. And again, they have to be the circuit boards that are in ammo mods. It's going to be cryo freeze circuit board, and it's going to say turret circuit, or it's going to be, let's say, dead wire or brain rot or whatever else. It has to be those, not just the plain turret ones. And then we got this one here. Obtain a stronghold key card. You do that by just completing a mercenary camp. And again, if you look for, it looks like a little tent icon on your map, you can find those very easily. Again, if you hover over anything, it'll tell you what it is, and you have a legend on your map on the right side when you pull your map open. So just take a look at the legend if you don't know, what symbols mean what, and you'll be able to find that. So when you complete a mercenary camp, there's going to be a cache somewhere in the middle, usually, of the merc camp. Loot that, and you'll find the stronghold key card usually there. Or you can also actually buy one from one of the buy stations. I think only in level 2 zone or zone 2 areas, but you might be able to buy them from the zone 1 areas as well. I can't remember. And then you just complete the stronghold, and that's pretty much it. And then you retrieve the records from the stronghold, which is basically the safe. So there's going to be a safe you got to go up to and loot, and that's pretty much it. And once the safe is cracked open, you got the things from there. This one is going to be kill 20 enemies with sentry guns. You can buy sentry guns at the buy station in zone 2 areas only, and 3, but they're not going to be in zone 1. So you got to go to a buy station there. It's 2,000 essence, and then just go ahead and buy some of those, and you can drop them by merc camps to get the mercenary kills or strongholds. And then for the zombies, really easy. You can just go to the exfil zone. Anything that requires like field upgrade kills or special kills, you can just kind of farm it at an exfil. You can call in the exfil, and then just do it like that. Acquire the ciphered tablet. It's just going to randomly drop from some of these enemies. So just keep an eye out on the ground when you kill these enemies, whether it's the mercenaries or the zombies. They should drop it, and you should be able to pick it up. This one here is going to be destroy armor on 25 zombies using Shatterblast ammo mod. Again, this is an ammo mod you're going to be finding randomly when you're kind of looking around, looting caches, doing contracts, doing different activities like that. Like I said, the ether nests and strongholds, the merc camps and strongholds, etc., etc. And again, the cipher tablet is just going to drop randomly from one of the zombies. This one here, Frenzied Guard Field Upgrade. Again, very self-explanatory. Just go to an exfil zone and you're going to be good to go. Hostile Takeover. Loot 3 safes. Kill 50 enemies while drilling safes. So when you're looting 3 safes, this is going to be, like I said, the mercenary strongholds specifically. So you can do that. There's a couple missions, I think, as well. Some contracts that requires opening a safe. I think it's the one that has the gun icon, but I can't remember. But for the most part, you're just going to basically go ahead and do the mercenary camps, get some stronghold key cards, and go do the mercenary strongholds. And like I said, there's safes in there. Just do 3 of those and you're good to go, and all that good stuff. Chaperone, complete an escort contract. Again, you can find which contract that is by hovering over them. You got to kill 75 zombies during it, and you got to maintain the ACV's health above 50%. So you're escorting something. You got to make sure that the zombies don't bring that health down below 50%. It's not actually too difficult to do. And then you just exfil. You're gonna get the quick revive recipe from the reward portal at the very end, and you just exfil and you're good to go. Obtain a gas mask. Typically you can find gas masks in various locations. Sometimes mercenaries drop them. Sometimes you can find them, like I said, looting caches and different things like that. You can buy some, I think maybe in the buy station in the zone 1 area, but I can't remember. Definitely in the zone 2 and zone 3 buy stations, but yeah. And then acquire a cipher tablet. It's going to be very, very easy. That's going to happen when you destroy an ether nest, which again, you can look at your legend on your map to figure out what that means. And then you got to do, where is Dr. Jansen? All you got to do is complete an Outlast contract. Again, just a normal contract. At the end of it, it's going to give you the tablet in the reward portal, and then you're just going to exfil, and then you're going to do this story mission, which is very self-explanatory. You just kind of, it's very linear. Yeah, you can't get confused. So that is the end of Act 1. Let's go talk about Act 2. So moving on over to Act 2, I'm going to scroll to the very top of the list here. We got same-day delivery. We got to complete a cargo delivery contract. Again, very self-explanatory. You just find one of those contracts. You got to destroy the enemy helicopter, though. That can be a little bit tricky, especially if you're solo. What I've managed to do is, if you can find like an underpass to kind of hide the truck that you're using to deliver the cargo under, so the helicopter doesn't destroy it, then you can get out of it and you can just focus on shooting the helicopter, which will usually be hovering above the underpass. So it's kind of like a little kind of way to do it like that. And then you just got to deliver the or you got to destroy the cargo vehicle, delivery vehicle, after the contract's complete. So once you complete the contract, you just blow it up. However you want to blow it up, you let your imagination run wild. Safecracker, complete a raid weapon stash contract. Self-explanatory. You got to kill 30 zombies that are attracted by the safe drill, and then you do not allow the safe drill to pause. So you make sure you stay by it, and you make sure that you're killing all the zombies, and then you just exfil with the rewards you're going to get from the safe, which is the cryo freeze formula. Then you got to use a redeploy drone, a free fall, or parachute to a different threat zone. So for example, those are going to be marked with 2 different things. The redeploy drone looks like a big drone that you're going to see on your map. If you find one of those, you're basically going to zip line up it when you go close to it, and you're going to glide over. And again, you just got to parachute to a different zone. So if you're in zone 1, you got to parachute over to zone 2, or if you're in zone 2, you got to go to zone 1 or zone 3. No, whatever. You just got to go to a different zone. Okay. Merc cleanup. Kill 20 mercenaries in merc camps. So just go do those mercenary camps and then loot those 3 merc camps caches like we talked about earlier. They're kind of in the middle-ish area of the merc camps. Collect 15 items from harvester orbs and destroy 3 harvester orbs. Those are like these kind of purple ball wisp things that kind of zip around the map. You might see them floating in the air once in a while when you're kind of roaming around the map. They're very random where they spawn. You just got to look around. They kind of look like sort of like a solar kind of system logo sort of thing on the map. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it kind of looks like that. But again, they're just like these big giant purple wisps. You've probably seen them. If you played any amount of the game, you've seen them. You got to collect 15 items, so every time you shoot it, it drops items, and then you got to destroy 3 of them. Very, very easy to do. Heal operators 20 times with healing or a field upgrade. Again, very easy to do. You just get that field upgrade equipped, and once it's fully charged, you push L1 and R1 or whatever the buttons are on whatever platform, and it heals people around. The more people you have around, the more that you can get it done. So if you're like healing 3 people at a time, then, you know, it goes a little bit quicker than if you're solo and you're just healing yourself, and, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Keep in mind that if you hold up on the D-pad, you can invite or request to join other people's squads in the nearby vicinity. This one is just a stun 25 zombies with dead wire mod. Again, all ammo mods are going to be found in caches and sort of rewards from, you know, completing contracts or ether nests or strongholds, ether strongholds, or normal merc strongholds and different things like that. So special zombies are going to be things like the mimics and the manglers and the what was the other one, the disciples. So those are going to be special enemies whenever we're talking about those. This one's just going to be pack punch up weapon at level 2. Again, you got to go to the level 2 threat zone, the yellow area, to be able to do that. You're going to need at least 15,000 essence. It's 5,000 for the first pack, 10,000 for the second, and then you got to kill zombies with it, and you got to also kill special zombie with it, which again, there's a bunch that spawn there. Mimics, by the way, spawn a lot in like ether strongholds or infested strongholds, whatever they're called. So you can find a lot of mimics in there. Typically, the contract ones, so the ones that are for bounties, they do not count for any of these things. Speaking of big bounties, you got to actually complete a contract for a mangler, disciple, and a mimic, and they're completely random. So you just got to keep, you know, doing those contracts that are bounty contracts until you've done all 3. Typically the disciples, you might get more of those in zone 2, but you can get all 3 of these in zone 1. That's what I did. For this one, collect the essence sample from the container in Hamza Bazaar and then Rostova shops and Quadri shopping center. So this one gets a little bit more complicated because there's 3 very specific locations that you have to look for this one. All right, so for the Hamza Bazaar, you're actually going to go to this location on your map, and unfortunately I don't have actual gameplay picking them up because I forgot to record that. But if you go to this section right here, right in this kind of little area here, you're gonna be able to find it. They all look like kind of like a cylinder, very hard to miss. For the second one, it's going to be Rostova shops. You're going to go to the top left corner of the map up here. It's going to be right kind of in the middle of the bottom floor of this building, if I recall correctly. Again, it kind of looks like a black cylinder. When you get close, you should be able to see it very, very easily. And then for the last one, for the Quadri shopping center, you're going to go kind of towards the bottom left of the map over here. And I'm just going to kind of zoom in a little bit slower. You can see like amongst all these buildings, there's a little square building. Right in here, it's kind of like a little kiosk of sorts. You're just going to go in there, pick it up, and you're going to have all 3 locations done, and we can go ahead and we can move on to the next. Moving on from that, we got the ether extractor contract. Again, just do that contract, and then collect a field essence container from that extractor. Very easy to do, very self-explanatory. Again, brain rot ammo mod, just do that, and then whatever zombie is turned from the ammo mod's ability, which again is very random, just allow it to kill zombies. Frostbite. So again, this is just going to be using your frost blast field upgrade. Go to an exfil zone, very easy. But for the mimics, again, the infested strongholds are typically where you're going to find a lot of those spawning. So just go in those and you'll be able to find those pretty easily. Exterminator, complete a spore control contract and complete the contract in under 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So you got to do that very, very quick. It's easier to do if you have more than one person. Basically, you're going to get these items out of this sort of I guess chest of a sort. You can pick up more than one if you want. You can stash some in your inventory, so you can just drop them on the spores, and then they got to kind of like do their thing for a few seconds, and then you can destroy the spores once the spores turn red. So just keep that in mind. But to complete it quickly, again, you can go and drop that device on one of the spores, and then you'll have a second one. You can drop it on another one. If you're doing this solo, you can grab a few more in your inventory and just kind of go around and then go back and try to shoot them. Just kind of find the best path that seems the most efficient. Again, it's going to vary depending on, you know, the location and different things like that. And then you just get the reward from the reward portal, and you exfil. Very self-explanatory. And then we're going to have the mission, the story mission, which again is very self-explanatory and is very linear, so I do not need to tell you that. And that's going to complete Act 2. We can move on over to Act 3. Okay, so going over to Act 3, we got a few that are going to get a little bit tricky here, okay? This is where things get a little bit tricky. We got to complete some more contracts. Again, very self-explanatory. Kill mercs during the contract. You got to maintain the computer's health above 60%. The mercs are going to try to shoot it. It's going to be very important that you you protect it. So it's much easier to do this if you have more than one person. You can do it solo, but the mercs are pretty OP, honestly. Hopefully they nerf them, but yeah, they're pretty OP. So just be very careful and make sure you have a lot of shields, shield plates that you could keep equipping. That'd be my biggest thing. And if you can maybe have like a score streak, maybe like a sentry gun or anything like a precision airstrike, anything that could help, I would highly recommend that as well. This one here is just napalm burst ammo mod. Again, you find these very randomly. Maybe at this point you've already found the recipe in order to craft it yourself. Maybe not, I don't know. But again, ignite 5 special zombies. We've already talked about special zombies. You can find a lot of mimics, typically in the infested strongholds. Again, the bounty special enemies do not count. Special enemies are mimics, they're manglers, and they're disciples. Ghosted. Kill 100 zombies with the Ether Shroud field upgrade. Again, this is just going to be self-explanatory. And then also 20 mercs. You could get the zombie ones at the exfil site. The mercs, again, is going to be mercenary camps and mercenary strongholds. It's going to be the best place to do that. Ether Shroud does not last very long. It's like maybe 3 seconds. So be very quick and try to get as many enemies in one area as possible before you do that. Same thing with the Tesla Storm field upgrade. You got to be very close in order for this to activate. So you kind of activate it, but I mean, in order for it to affect the enemy, you got to get really close to them, and then you just kill them once you see them kind of glowing with the electricity that's coming off of the Tesla Storm field upgrade. Again, same thing as the last one. This one here, Pack-a-Punch to level 3, gets a little bit trickier because the Pack-a-Punch level 1 is 5,000, for level 2 is 10,000, but for level 3 is 15,000, meaning you need, what is it, 30,000 total, right? So 30,000 essence is what you're going to need for this, and to Pack-a-Punch to level 3, you're going to have to go to Zone 3. Now, you could Pack-a-Punch to level 1 in Zone 1, and then 2 in Zone 2, and then 3 in Zone 3, or you can just go to Zone 3 and Pack-a-Punch 1, 2, 3 all at the exact same time. However you want to do this is up to you. Zone 3 gets very crazy. I would recommend not having a second weapon, so you can have your fists out so you can run faster, and also if you have a vehicle, that'd be preferred, obviously, to get away quickly, and also if you can have stamina up, that'd be huge. A Mega Bomb is a 3-headed dog in the Zone 3 area. They're called Mega Abomination, so it says Mega Bomb, but it's called Mega Abomination. And those you can kind of find around, you gotta just kind of look around. If you look around the bridges connecting Zone 3 to Zone 2, sometimes there's one hanging around there, sometimes there's one hanging around kind of sort of the middle, kind of big square building area. It's kind of like a courtyard. There's one that hangs out there. They're not too hard to find. They're massive creatures, so just kind of look around and you should be able to go for that. Whenever you see their face glowing, shoot them in the face, and you do a little bit more damage. But they're also going to shoot kind of like laser beams at you, so be careful when you see them kind of charging up. Take cover, because they will melt you, and they also stun you, meaning you walk slower, and it's a pain. I don't know if you can do this solo unless you're a legend. You might be a legend, but it's very hard. Definitely Pack-a-Punch level 3, but here's the key thing that I would recommend. If you go in, if you get an extra 5,000 essence and you go in and get a wall buy from the level 3 area, typically they're going to be gold rarity, which are going to be, they're going to do more damage. So if you can get those and then Pack-a-Punch that, it's going to be super strong. So what you could do at the very beginning of the game is just zoom in to the edge of the map where you find a wall buy, get the gold wall buy weapon. It could be purple, most of them are gold, and then get out of there, go back to Zone 2 or Zone 1 and just grind there for the rest of your essence, do a bunch of contracts, and you're good to go. Okay, moving on to the next one. This one gets a little bit tricky. We talked about a convoy in Act 1. You got to go back and find another convoy. Again, there's 3 trucks that randomly spawn around the map. There seems to be no real rhyme or reason. I found them a lot kind of in the bottom left corner between Zone 1 and Zone 2, also in the kind of mid area between Zone 1 and Zone 2, but again, they're just very, very random. It's unfortunate. Just look around the map and eventually you're going to find them. Make sure you have a precision airstrike on you, which I believe you can buy in Zone 1 or Zone 2 of the at the buy station. Obviously also Zone 3, but there's no purpose to go there. To buy a precision airstrike, and I believe those are they're 5,000 essence. It's going to cost you a lot. You got to hit 20 you got to kill 20 mercenaries with it, but you also got to hit the convoy. So what you can do is you can shoot at the convoy to make them stop, and then aim at the middle truck so it kills as many mercenaries as possible, and then you also got to hit a mercenary camp with a precision airstrike. So you're going to need a couple precision airstrikes, so that one might take you a little bit. Shoot down 3 enemy helicopters. We talked about this earlier, but there's a couple different ways enemy helicopters spawn. Anything that involves mercenaries, so if you're doing a strong stronghold. They're going to call reinforcements. A helicopter is going to come in. Certain contracts that are mercenary based, like the one that looks like a rocket ship, there's going to be a helicopter spawns in there, and the escort one where you're escorting a vehicle. If you're doing that one, excuse me, you just kind of hide the vehicle under like an underpass, like a bridge, underneath a bridge of some sort, if you can find one, and then get out and you can go and shoot the helicopter with your weapon. The helicopter is not going to shoot you, it just wants to shoot the convoy that you're driving, so you'll be good to go. This one's going to be complete a merc camp, very easy. Go find a mercenary camp. If you don't know what they are, look at the legend, and then after that, loot the cache, which is usually around the center, the chest, the center of the merc camp. You're going to get a key card. You're going to go do the same thing for a stronghold. You're going to open the stronghold with the key card. You're going to finish that. In one of the rooms of the stronghold, there's going to be a safe. You're going to open up the safe, and in the safe is going to be another key card. That key card is going to bring you to the legacy fortress. The fortress is at the top left corner of the zone 2 area. They're very hard because the mercs, again, they hit you super hard. They're super OP. They have a lot of traps inside the building. They have a chopper that comes out with a sniper. There's a bunch of snipers. They're very difficult. Make sure you bring a lot of plates. Make sure you have a 3-plate vest if at all possible. Juggernaut would be great. Anything else that would help you greatly, any other perks, friends, anything that you can do, because they are very, very difficult. When you get to the very, very end, there's going to be a warlord you're going to have to defeat. It's kind of like a little mini boss. He's going to drop a bunch of stuff, including the Strauss's research. You're going to have to pick that up, and you're going to be good to go. Again, it's very difficult, very tricky. There's going to be all kinds of like suppression mines. They're going to have trophy systems in there. They're going to have trip mines that kind of activate like these kind of Molotovs, like trip mine Molotovs or whatever. Just be cautious. It's tricky. Okay, so for this one, enter the ether storm. So if you look around the map, typically it spawns in about maybe a couple minutes into the game. So not right away, but a couple minutes into the game. There's going to be kind of like a little circle that looks like it has a biohazard symbol in the middle. That is going to be the ether storm. You got to go inside there. Typically, hopefully, if it's in a zone 3 area, I would just do it in a different batch. Try to find it in a zone 1 area preferably. You can also do it in a zone 2 area, but a zone 3 area gets a little bit more hard. Inside of there, you're going to have enemies that are a little bit kind of souped up. They're a little bit more tough. So I would go in there with some, pack-a-punch weapons. If you can have upgraded weapons and pack-a-punch, that's even better. You got to kill 50 zombies in there, but there's also a Stormcaller, which is basically a disciple. Very tricky to kill. You're going to have a gas mask in there because the storm will hurt you, but you can kind of lure the disciple to the edge of the storm, and then you can sit outside of it and shoot into it. So that would work as well, but it can be tricky. Sometimes the Stormcaller at the time of recording this doesn't spawn because the game is very bugged and we have to wait for some patches. So if that happens, you just got to keep redoing it. My son and I, we had to kind of boot in like, I think 4 or 5 times till we finally got it to spawn properly. Spring cleaning, clear an infested stronghold in a high threat zone. So you got to do an infested stronghold, but this is going to be in the zone 3 area, the red zone, the middle zone. Very tricky, very hard. My best advice is bring people. Make sure you have fully pack-a-punched and upgraded weapons. So gold weapons, pack-a-punch 3 would be my recommendation. Make sure you have stamina up, any other perks that would help you out greatly. I mean, you really need those, guys. You really, really do. So make sure you have all those. And then, of course, also the best way is to go inside, shoot a few of the kind of like the cysts. So that's how you clear them out. You have to shoot the like little yellow kind of balls that are sticking on the wall in different places. You gotta pop all those. They can be a little bit tricky to find too. So if you pop a few of those and you lure the zombies out, and then try to clear the zombies because it's gonna make zombies spawn. And then you kind of go back in, do a few more. That would be ideal. If you can get an insta kill, then that's like rush that thing. Try to get in and try to clear it out as fast as possible because that is your golden ticket. It can be tricky. I would definitely bring some people and be as equipped as possible. The next one is going to be complete an Outlast contract, kill 50 zombies inside the corrupted space, which just means when you're doing an Outlast contract, it's going to be inside an area that has a bunch of like blue crystals. Make sure you stay inside that area. It's always inside of a building. So just stay inside that building, kill the zombies inside that building. And then from the reward at the very end, you're going to get the Wonderwaff DG2 plans, exfil with that, and you're pretty much good to go. And then you got the final mission, which is going to involve a pretty crazy boss fight. So I would just recommend, again, being as equipped as possible. You can do this with like Pack-a-Punch 2 blue rarity weapons. That's what my son and I did. It was a breeze. It wasn't too hard. If you know, I guess if you're fairly experienced, if not, maybe be a little bit more prepared. Obviously have some score streaks if you can, as well. Bring in some perks if you can. And yeah, just kind of you should be good to go. I should also have some gameplay up on my channel of it as well if you want to see our playthrough and how we did it. But that's that. So hopefully this kind of little explanation, little walkthrough helps you guys out. I know it's very different, so I just want to kind of give you a little bit of a walkthrough of this and kind of explain how my son and I went about kind of completing all these, and just my tips and tricks along the way. So I don't know, hopefully you still enjoy this style of video. If not, that's completely fine. Hopefully I'll see you in a different video, and let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know as well, and let's you know, feel free to leave comments and try to squad up with each other. And you can also use our Discord. We have a Discord down, linked in the description below. You can join that, and you can find people in there as well if you need to. But that's it for me. Enjoy completing this story. It's a grind, but you get a lot of rewards. There's good times to be had with your friends if you're playing with friends. If you're solo, it's gonna be a little bit more tricky, but maybe again you can find some people to squad up with, and you'll be good to go. And you're gonna get an epic operator skin, which again I'll put up on screen so you guys can see. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and until the next one, game on. I'll see you guys soon.
Hey you! What are you doing? Join the Skeleton Army! Do it today! Don't wait till tomorrow, because tomorrow might never come. The Earth is gonna fade, that's inevitable. The next second of your life's not even promised, so you better think about where you're going, and you might as well just join the Skeleton Army. Plus, we do kind of like you a little bit, so it'd be nice to see you around here. But if you don't want to, hey, your loss. See you later.